La La Laker, La La Laker, La La Laker. We are in the building with our first episode. We know we are living in a downtime right now. When the Lakers are losing, we all are lost. This right here, this is a channel for all Laker fans that really want to hear the real, not the maybes, not the hypotheticals. This is just facts. I want you guys to follow this movement. I am Wally World. I want you guys to understand that bleeding purple and gold is not for the weak. We are not sitting here and our season is completely over. We're still in shock. It's been a week. We're still in shock. We're supposed to still be playing. Who the hell is the Clippers? Who the hell is the Nets? We're the champs. I know that's what you guys are thinking. Injuries, injuries, injuries. Woulda, coulda, shouldas. I'm there with you. But we're going to make it as honest as possible on this platform. How did we lose to the Suns with a one-armed Chris Paul? How? Why isn't Harold playing? Why are we not playing Ben McLemore? Why are we not playing THT? I know you're asking all those questions. I'm here to answer them for you. The best of my ability. I want you guys to receive the real. Let's go back to where it all started. With the confetti falling in the bubble. We're 2020 champs. We finally brought the title back and we tied up with the raggedy Boston Celtics. If you're a Boston Celtic fan, you already know you're going to get hate on this side. We don't like you. You understand that. And I know you don't like us. But we do respect you. But now we're tied. The sky's the limit. LeBron wants his damn respect. This is where we came from. Rondo, playoff Rondo, he still lives. Dwight Howard, he still can play. We recognize that, guess what? We can run this back. Back-to-back championships was in our rearview mirror. But what happened? Injuries. Anthony Davis goes down. LeBron James goes down. COVID protocol. It hits Schroeder. It hits Marc Gasol. We're doomed, but we're still alive. A lot of us are going to say, well, before the injuries, we were second place. But the writing was on the wall, guys. And no, it has nothing to do with coaches. No, it has nothing to do with Pelinka. No, it has nothing to do with players. Injuries happen. Look at the Nets. We have one person that we can blame if we had to blame anybody, and it's Adam Silver. I don't like using the blame game, but we have to be honest. 70-day turnaround. Look at the rest of the other teams that was in the bubble playing hard. The only ones that we can give respect to right now is the Denver Nuggets. And even their top guy is hurt. 70 days. 70-day turnaround. With a year 18 LeBron James, an injury-prone Anthony Davis. It don't look good. And a well-constructed team that has new pieces. We got spoiled, Laker fans. We just thought that we could just put anybody around AD and LeBron and we'll be fine. We're so used to greatness that we didn't even realize that we were doomed from the start. A lot of things hurt us. And I'm going to tell you. We seen Phoenix beat us on our floor. We still were in shock. Our mouths dropped open. Some of us turned the game off because it was already decided. And the first thing we do is we say, you know what? It's fine because all we're going to do is go get another big star in the offseason. I'm here to show you that that's the least of our worries. Adam Silver wanted the money for the NBA. We didn't get time to recover. And it ultimately failed us. Just like it did Miami, just like it did Boston and all the rest of the teams that was kicking it at the end of the bubble. A lot of people are Nets fans right now. Yeah, the Nets, Brooklyn, yes, we're loaded. But they've been sitting out for so long, I don't even remember them. The guys that were playing in the bubble are hardly not even on the team now. But congratulations for Having a squad that's healthy at the right time. Oops, my bad. Harden's out. This was a bad look for the NBA. We all know if the Lakers are failing, so does the NBA. Let's be honest. But let's get to the real. Why isn't Harrell playing? Montrezl is 6'7". He's a center with 2-guard height. Devin Booker's 6'5". Kobe Bryant was 6'6". Klay Thompson 6'7". Montrezl Harrell's almost the same size as a 2-guard. Playing against a guy in Ayton that was averaging 86% from the field with 7-footers. I don't think it improves because he comes down there and play. We have to remember that we got him from the Clippers where he was getting dogged out in the paint by Jokic. And the Clippers said enough is enough. So technically, us sticking it to our little brother, did that really even worth it? Is it worth it? Is it even worth it to keep him if our goal is to be defensively sound? Being a bully in the paint, is it really worth it? Yes, I know you guys are thinking of the 6th man of the year and the 20 points per game. But there's a difference between regular season and postseason. We know this. The game slows down. Things get exploited in the playoffs. You have a team 7 games to pick out all your weaknesses. A lot of you are going to say, well, Vogel should have played Harrell. Why? Same thing goes for Ben McLemore. Let's go back to where he comes from. He comes from being a top 10 pick in Sacramento, which did not work out. Went to Houston. It didn't work out. With a team that doesn't play defense, and it still didn't work out to come to us because we were just grabbing for anybody that could shoot a shot. We lost our identity. From 2020 to 2021, we lost our full identity. Our identity was the guys who left. Some of you want to pick on Danny Green. Danny Green looks fairly well in Philly. Dwight looks good as a backup for Embiid. Rondo is still in the playoffs with the Clippers. Those was your identity. JaVale McGee is still in Denver. They're all playing. We're not. The identity is what we lost. And we felt as though we could just put anybody around LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and I understand that. But again, does it make sense? AD's been injury prone since New Orleans. LeBron James is in his 18th season. Father Time is undefeated. And I'm not the one that be like, well, LeBron James he's done. No, he's not. No, he's not. He still can give you 20 plus points a game. Just off the mental alone. But I'm going to tell you some things also that we really need to pay attention to. This offense needs to change. The sitting and holding the ball without ball movement is why we're losing games. Teams now know that it's going to stay in LeBron James' hands for the first 17 seconds of the shot clock. Ball movement is what wins games. Even when LeBron was out, the ball moved more. There's still no excuse for Kyle Kuzma. I think that ship has sailed. I think we all understand that ship has sailed. Good luck wherever he needs to go. But that contract was big when he re-signed it because it's tradable. A lot of you saying Kyle Kuzma shouldn't have never re-signed. We wouldn't have had anything to give up to get the guys that we need to make this team run for the long haul. We're so into the now that we don't think about the business part of the game where we have to stretch this out for Anthony Davis. And as we can see, Lord and behold, we need to make sure that we can get some pieces in the future for him to keep running on down the line. We're almost at the point that we know that AD is not going to play a full season. So we have to get the pieces. THT, no playing time because he's still young. He's still going through the growing pains, and there's no time right now to try to groom up a young guy in the playoffs against a Chris Paul and a veteran Portland team and a veteran Phoenix team and a veteran Denver team that's been through this already. He has to learn in the offseason. He's a good piece for the future, but he's not it right now. We've seen some glimpses, but it's not it right now. Marc Gasol should not have been on this team. Marc Gasol was almost on his way out in Toronto, saying that he was going to make it a career, and somehow he snuck in and took 2 years of our money. Marc Gasol can score, but he can't defend anymore. He doesn't have the feet of the game these days. Phoenix just killed him on the pick and roll over and over. That's what got Devin Booker hot. You have to watch the game for what it's worth. We need athletic guys. Now, I know we sat there and we wanted Andre Drummond. We thought Andre Drummond was going to be the piece because we saw what he did in Cleveland and Detroit, but not what he does for us. So a lot of you want Andre Drummond back. The question is why when he sat out the whole Game 7? A lot of you are going to say it's Vogel. A lot of you are not seeing that Drummond has no post moves to save his life. He's been in the league over 10 years and does not have a post move to save his life. And a lot of those rebounds and those plus-minus scores mean nothing when you just getting just meaningless rebounds. One good game, and then now he's looking average for the next 4 or 5. That's not enough. That's not enough for Lakers. We don't play like that. We need a dominant presence. He doesn't block shots. The man's 6'10" and doesn't block shots. He doesn't defend. He just gets rebounds. We can get somebody else cheaper for that. Nerlens Noel was getting rebounds for the Knicks, but Nerlens Noel should not be nowhere close to Andre Drummond. We were the suckers who went and got him while nobody else wanted to trade for him and nobody else wanted him off of waivers. We have to understand the truth. This team has to be reconstructed. Defense is not the problem. Shooting is. But even within shooting, it doesn't have to be three-point shots. We have been spoiled by watching Steph Curry and the guys down the road. Everybody now wants to shoot threes instead of just sticking to what their identity is. It's like a team that's an NFL team that's run heavy but wants to throw the ball 4 times straight in the red zone. It doesn't make sense. You are open for a reason. 5 for 28 for 3, 7 for 27 for 3. 6 for 24. Those were the last 3 games for the Lakers. There's a reason. And don't give me the crap of KCP. KCP has been giving us dud performances and every so often gets hot for a few games since he's been a Laker. He's almost robbed us from money if you really look at it. He was a backup. Then he comes and becomes a starter and still nothing. Nothing motivates him to be better. Don't give me injuries. We have to retool this team. Don't give me the hoopla. Caruso is a backup point guard at best. You just can't go from being a two-way guy on a two-way contract to now just being this savior of the Lakers. It just doesn't work that way. I know you guys love him, but he's a backup at best. He looks better with stars around him, like anybody else would. We screwed this up. There are reasons why teams let go of guys. Wesley Matthews was on a Bucks team that was going to the playoffs. They didn't miss a beat without him this year. We pick him up because he always had dreams of being a Laker. That's not what we need right now. We need guys that want to win, not just what you want to pad your stats for your career before you walk out the door. We need guys that really understand what the purple and gold signifies. When we get back to that, and we get Pelinka to say I'm sorry to a few guys, bring them back. Now, a lot of you are saying, how do we fix this team? And again, I tell you, Schroeder, we just can't just tell Schroeder to get gone and we go get another point guard because we have his bird rights and we don't get that money back if we don't re-sign him. We have to truly sign and trade. And then you guys say, yeah, that'd be quick for Dame Lillard. Think about it. Portland is a franchise as well. They're not going to just get rid of their top guy. They know it's Dame time. They know they got to put butts in seats. You think if you were Portland, would you do that deal? Stop being so cute, Laker fans. I'm a Laker with you, but I'm realistic. I'm going to sit there and they're going to say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, we're in the same division. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're rivals at times. Yes, we are. I'm going to give you Dame and give me a Kyle Kuzma who has regressed, a Dennis Schroeder in a signing trade who had no points in one of the games of the series, who's been bounced around more than a basketball should. Hey, THT, the future. You got a couple more years till he get right, and if you don't, well, Montrez is an undersized guy. Do you think that that's what they want? Toronto just tried to stick us with a Kyle Lowry that's 150 years old and still wanted $25 million a year. We have to now get back to the drawing board and go back to the talent. And there's a lot of talent, even though this free agency is not the best, but there's a lot of talent. I'll give you some guys. Give me Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was a backup that ended up being a starter for a Knicks team this year who killed us as well. Give me Derrick Rose, a guy who's been through the playoffs, a guy who has things to prove, a guy who wants to win, a guy who plays defense, understands Thibodeau's system is the same defensive system as Vogel. Give me him. Give me Reggie Bullock. Give me the same guy on his team so he can have some chemistry with. He's a 3-and-D. He's 6'7", 6'8". He can shoot the basketball and he can defend 3 positions. We need versatile guys. Give me these guys. Give me some real bigs. Go back and tell Dwight Howard, hey, how are you? But we may need you to come back. A lot of you are going to say, well, why Dwight Howard? Because he's athletic. He's athletic. He could be a starter now. He doesn't have to be on the bench. We don't need a center to do 1,000 things. We need him to protect the rim. We need him to get rebounds and be a force. That's what the goal was anyway before we screwed it up by just one day. Dwight Howard goes in the Lakers, yes, I'll be back for the purple and gold, to the next day saying, I'm going to be in Philly. And that's what ruined it for us. We had nobody else on the market to get. Then we had to bring in Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol wasn't a part of the plan. They can tell us whatever they want, and you can't believe it. Don't let the big letter networks tell you that. Marc Gasol was not part of the plan. We had no choice. We were scratching for other guys. Scratching for guys at center. We had a center before Marc Gasol came along. I even forgot who the guy name is. That's how desperate we were for big men. Until Montrezl Harrell wants to know that he's a power forward, at best, the last time we seen a 6'5" center was Ben Wallace. That was 16 seasons ago. We haven't seen it since. It will never work. Not in this day and age. It don't matter who you put at coach. Jason Kidd, doesn't matter if you put Vogel. Give me the right personnel that fits the makeup of this team. We need teams to know that we're defense first. We're going to stop you, and then we're going to drive on you, and we're going to score on you. Now, here's the big ticket. A lot of you want a big trade. You want to hear a big trade right now. You want to hear something grand to just get your kahunas to start jumping in your draws. Well, you know what? I got it for you. Not Dame Lillard. Let's be more realistic. Why can't we not package a KCP, a Kuzma, and a draft pick for a Zach LaVine? 25 points per game as a 2-guard, not the KCP numbers. Shoots better, way more athletic, can switch pick and rolls. Zach LaVine, that just came from UCLA. Zach LaVine. The Bulls are struggling. They are about ready to tank it. They got all those people from Orlando and Boston just for assets. They're about to blow it up. LaVine's a vet. He doesn't want to sit there through a rebuild. Now you have a piece of LaVine and AD for your future. You give Chicago a call. Kuzma can now be the man that he always wants to be able to groom into his position with no expectations. He's a champion. KCP's a good defender. And that's what you roll with. Now look, not just a blink of an eye, look what you have. You now have Derrick Rose, Zach LaVine, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard. I made your team better in 5 minutes. Off of free agency in one trade. Stop being so delusional. Now you have guys you can put on the bench. I've already said Bullock. I've already said THT. You're going to be stuck with Marc Gasol unless you find a way to trade him at halfway in the middle of next season. Just to be an expiring contract. But you're stuck with him. There's no need to bring back Montrezl Harrell unless he decides that he wants to play power forward. Let Drummond walk. I don't like a dude named the Big Penguin as my guy. That's the protector of my rim. There's so many guys that can play pieces. Doug McDermott is going to be out there. You need scorers. You need guys that also can play positions and be able to rotate. I made your team better in 5 minutes. Bradley Beal will be amazing, but I don't think Bradley Beal, he's committed. He's got a Westbrook, and they went to the playoffs, so he's going to feel like I need one more piece to make it right. Don't give me an injury-prone Oladipo. We already are struggling with an injury-prone Anthony Davis. There's no point of seeing both of them in street clothes, no pun intended. We need guys that want to win. The Lakers are not done. This is a blessing. This makes them hungry now. It makes them now know that they're not the hunted. It makes them now know that they have to be ready. It lets Anthony Davis now get the rest he needs and be able to do things for his body, for strength and flexibility. Take some points out of LeBron's book and put $2-3 million in your body. You got a new contract. This is what it's all about. We're not done, Lakers. You can best believe that. And if anybody wants to believe them in the other networks to say that we're done, you're selling yourself short. Vogel has to do better. The rotation sucked this year, Vogel. They sucked. No one knew what the heck you were doing half the time. But I'm not going to say you're done. You have one more year left on your contract. I hope you can do better. But we're fine, Lakers. Let's take a break. The pressure's on for everybody else now. Who else wants to be the hunted? That's fine. I think we're good. Let's just be patient. The next topic we're going to talk about in the next episode is rotations. We're going to break this down. I'm here all off season, during the season. This is the channel of truth. La La Laker is not here to discriminate. La La Laker is not here to strike your ego. We're here to tell the truth. And on that note, La La out. Give me my theme music.